Good morning. It's time for our regular Friday morning marketing coffee break. So grab your favorite cup of joe or your tea or your kale smoothie, whatever it may be, and join us for the latest marketing tips for your business. I want to talk really quick about Facebook Messenger chatbot marketing. Not all businesses and entrepreneurs are currently doing this, although it has great benefit to doing so. And if you've been exploring it or you're into it and using some form of it already, you probably know that Facebook recently made a change where you were required to apply for subscription messaging approval. Not all businesses need to do this, and I will apologize really quickly if you can hear the lawn people. They're out landscaping right outside the window, of course, and the guy is really having fun with his weed eater. Facebook lets you do unpaid messenger chatbots without needing approval in quite a few circumstances. You can do even promotional and non-promotional subscription messages within the first 24 hours of a user opting into your messaging. During that time, you can send unlimited updates. After the first 24 hours, you can send non-promotional updates and one promotional follow-up. This is their 24+1 rule, and they consider this standard messaging. There's 17 different types of messaging purposes you can do on Facebook, and only one of them requires specific approval, and another one you have to pay for. But all the rest are available to any business at any time without approval, without cost. So your business doesn't necessarily need to apply for that promotional messaging feature. The non-promotional subscription message is the only one that requires approval by Facebook for you to use. You can request that approval if you have not done so by going to your page settings and then down to Messenger platform, and under advanced features, you'll see the subscription messaging area and you'll be able to click request. The things that you can do on Messenger without needing that approval: the promotional message feature, that is a paid feature. You can do it without getting that messaging approval, keeping in mind that you're paying for it much like an ad. That would be things that are designed to get you business. All of the other categories that don't require this approval would be things like a community alert, an event attendee reminder, pairing update, application update, account update, payment update, a personal finance update, a shipping update. If you think about, a lot of those are related maybe to banking or to e-commerce that we just mentioned. Reservation update, hotel, restaurant, things like that. An issue resolution if you contacted through Messenger having an issue with like a tech product. An appointment update especially if you booked your appointment through the page, there's actually a feature where you can do that, but other appointment updates as well. A game update if it's a page for a Facebook game or another kind of game. Transportation update, feature functionality update, and a ticket update if you submitted a tech support ticket to the business. The non-promotional chat blasts are the ones that you have to apply for approval. And there's 3 general types of that. Most of the businesses fall into the news category, sharing industry news with your prospects in your chat bot. The other 2 types are productivity, such as if you have an app that offers a to-do list, for example, them getting the to-do list updates. And personal trackers, if your service is doing things like maybe it's a fitness or a food tracking and getting updates about status of their personal tracker. Those three types are ones that require this specific approval from Facebook. As I said, most businesses fall into that news category. The application process is actually fairly simple and straightforward. The thing you need to know is that you have to make sure that your request is very specific and that the person reviewing it, because it is a live person, understands that you're not doing promotional types of broadcast in that particular setting. And you also want to make sure that you're not including a link to your website in your message examples that it will ask for. You'll want to give 2 or 3 examples of the type of messages that you would send out. And if you're doing something where, a latest article on chatbots, for instance, if I did that, rather than putting a link to my website, I would want to put just some general text, visit the website for more information, or, to read the article, something like that. Very generic. But again, you may not even need to worry about this if you're not sending that specific type of message. If you have a chatbot and you've had subscribers subscribe to it, it depends on the type of chatbot. I've done some mini course training chatbots before. Those kind that they opt into aren't needed. I don't need that kind of messaging approval to do those. And again, some of the other pieces that we said don't require that approval. A community alert, those kind of event reminders, those types of things, you don't even need to worry about that approval. If you currently run a chatbot on your page, drop me any questions. If you need kind of specific advice on whether you need to apply for that, and specific advice on what type of example you should give. Now, again, I'm not the one reviewing it, and I can only give you suggestions. The person who does your actual review may still decline your request. Doesn't mean you can't submit it again. But, I can tell you if I see something that's going to be a red flag. So feel free to drop your questions about chatbots. If you haven't used a chatbot yet, drop me a message as well if you're interested in my training on setting up a very basic chatbot. I have 2 trainings that you can access. I'll give you free access. One is using Facebook's integrated chat pop-up on your website, which is a great way for people to feel like there's a live chat going on your website. Completely free, already part of your Facebook page, really easy to implement. And the other one is on setting up a basic 3 or 4 step chat bot if you want to be able to maybe answer some frequently asked questions or get a little bit of information from one of your prospects to gather some information before you have time to pick up the phone and call them. Drop your questions down below. Ask if you're interested in either of those trainings, and I'll give you free access to them and any other questions you have about chatbots. That wraps it up today. I encourage you to consider chatbots if you haven't done so. Again, don't worry about that whole thing you've been reading about those non-promotional subscription messages, because it may not even apply to you. We will see you right here next week for our topic. And if you have any specific things you want answered, drop comments about that as well, and we'll get them in one of the next sessions.